Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be told.
The 1870s on the Western frontier were noted for sentimentality. The fable of the woman outlaw flourished. People really believed that Pauline Cushman, Belle Starr, and Calamity Jane were female Robin Hoods, robbing the rich and giving to the poor. Dodge City, Kansas, in 1877 had its own heroine. Her name was Lillian Reeve, and folks called her the Kansas Lily. But Marshal Earp could not afford to be sentimental even about woman outlaws. A good peace officer knew that a woman could shoot you just as dead as any drunken cowhand.
Hold on, Mr. Dealer. You've been cheating me. $300, please.
This is an honest game, lady.
Give her back her money.
What's the matter here? What's the trouble, Deucey?
Lady says I cheated her.
Are you Marshal Earp? Well, I'm sorry I'm having to do this, Marshal, but the deal box here is crooked, and Mr. Ducey won't give me the $300 he's been cheating me out of.
That's right, I saw it. Sure.
Fair.
All right.
Thanks. And thank you, Marshal Earp.
I'm not the marshal, ma'am. My name's Bat Masterson.
Oh, Mr. Masterson. Well, I've heard a lot about you, too. I hope you'll overlook my using a gun.
Well, I'll walk along with you, miss.
All right. I paid her.
Oh, police protection won't be needed. I'm just going along to the Dodge Hotel.
Well, I'll tell you, the Alamo's a crybaby place. They're apt to report on you.
To, Marshal Earp?
And you better let me have that Derringer, miss.
My name is Reeve. Lillian Reeve.
You're joshing me.
Well, no, that part of it is true enough.
Does Ducey know who you are?
Well, of course not. The scamp wouldn't have tried to cheat me.
Well, he sure wouldn't. I just can't get over it, you being in Dodge City.
Why, is there a law against it?
No. But Wyatt, Marshal Earp is awful strict these days. But look, if Ducey squawks about that gunplay, I can help you. I can talk to Wyatt.
Well, maybe I had better give you the gun. Then you can say you disarmed me or something. There. I'm trusting you.
Well, thanks, Miss Lily. I'll see you safe to the hotel.
Howdy, Marshal. I've been waiting for you.
Oh, howdy, Mr. Jameson. Something wrong?
Yeah, there's a new gal in town. She accused Ducey of cheating her, pulled a gun, and took $300 from the faro table.
Oh?
The deputy, Bat Masterson, saw the whole thing. He ordered Ducey to pay the gal.
Well, then he must have caught Ducey cheating her. I'll look into it.
Thanks. I want to sign a complaint. We don't want women gambling at the Alamo, and you told me to report any kind of gun carrying.
Yes. Come on, let's go inside.
She's registered at the Dodge Hotel, using the name Lillian Reeve.
Lillian Reeve. Say, isn't that the girl that rides with the Sundowner gang?
The Kansas Lily.
You didn't waste any time getting over here, did you?
Oh, take it easy, Bat.
Cheating Miss Lily, then crybaby into Wyatt. Here, she gave me this.
She a friend of yours?
Yes, I hope so.
Let's just forget that charge, Marshal.
Mr. Jameson, we don't forget charges in this office. Just sign this complaint. Armed robbery.
No matter what Bat says, you'll find I'm telling the truth.
She posing as the Kansas Lily?
She's not posing, she's real. She told me the whole deal. She quit the Sundowners and she's trying to make a new start. And she's a lady, Wyatt.
Oh. Why didn't you arrest her?
What for? Ducey took her in a crooked faro game.
Didn't you see her poking this gun at him?
Wyatt, Miss Lily was broke. She acted foolish like any girl might.
You never learn, do you? Now I gotta go arrest her.
Oh, sure. Put the poor girl in jail. And do it on the word of Cap Jameson and Ducey Miller.
Mr. Masterson? Here. You slosh that on your head. You're getting feverish.
Camp here till dark.
I don't know, Gus. You sure Miss Lily headed for Dodge?
Sure, I'm sure. She's probably selling us out to Wyatt Earp right now. If there's only one way I know of stopping any gal from talking too much. Now get some rest. We'll be busy tonight.
One moment.
Miss Lillian Reeve?
Are you Wyatt Earp?
That's right.
Come in. Well, you're a sight handsomer than Mr. Masterson described you.
Oh? How did he describe me?
Mighty fast with your guns. Mighty slow with the ladies.
Miss Reeve, I'm a deacon in my church.
Remind me to tell you about some deacons I've met. Oh, my bag's packed for jail. Shall I carry it?
No, we'll go down to the Alamo Saloon first.
Well, why don't you just take me to jail?
Mr. Jameson signed a armed robbery complaint. Ducey Miller will have to identify you first.
Well, you're the police in this town, Mr. Earp. You want to go first? I'd like to lock my door.
Now you're denying that Miss Lily took $300 from you?
She had it coming.
How's that?
Give her a bad break on the deal box.
You cheated her, huh?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Jameson.
Yes, I
Look,
know.
you signed an armed robbery complaint.
I was a little hasty, Marshal. No one saw Miss Lily actually threaten him with a gun.
All right.
We didn't see anything.
Miss Lily, you make friends awful fast.
Just a minute, Mr. Earp. I'd like to talk to you.
Outside.
Miss Lily's respected in the South. You cause her any more trouble and we'll move our trade.
We didn't know that she was the Miss Lillian Reeve.
Miss Lily risked her life spying for General Sterling Price during the late war. Gentlemen, I'm buying a drink to Miss Lily. Set him up, bartender.
So why should I lie to you? I came here to make friends as fast as I can. I need friends.
Oh? Sundowners after you?
I'm afraid so. We all scattered after the bank job in Coffeyville went wrong. But I wasn't in on that. I warned them against it.
Go on.
Marshal, I need a stake. If you object to my gambling in saloons, is it all right if I start a game in my suite at the hotel?
There's no law against it, Miss Lily. And I'm sure Mr. Masterson will be your friend.
Howdy, Miss Lily.
All the witnesses changed their stories about Miss Lily. She's free to have dinner with you.
Say, that's great.
If Mr. Earp isn't afraid I'll be a bad influence.
Well, Mr. Masterson's been influenced before. Hope you have a good time.
Mr. Earp doesn't approve of me. Do you approve of me?
More than that, I want to help you. I felt that way when I first met you.
Well, let's not rush things.
Didn't you tell Wyatt the Sundowner hoodlums might be after you?
Yeah, he wasn't interested.
Well, I am.
That's the difference.
You say not to rush. But things happen fast to a girl like you.
Well, we'll talk about it at dinner. And I'll stay here long enough to run a poker game and get enough money to travel west. But if Gus and the boys blame me for Coffeyville, I'd better light out of here real fast.
You don't have to do that, not with all the Southerners in town.
More gunfighting.
That's one of the good things about Southern boys, Miss Lily. They'll fight. So will I.
No, it's no good, honey. I'm tired of trading on what I did when I was 16 years old back in Missouri. The Yankees caught me. I wasn't a very good spy.
Well, how did you get away from the Federals?
Oh, I didn't. They took me to St. Louis and said they were going to hang me. But old General Halleck, bless him, turned me loose with a safe conduct to the Confederate lines.
Well, the Sundowners aren't going to be that generous.
No. Oh, I know it. I better run.
I'll go with you.
You're sweet. But I couldn't let you do that. gun.
Down in the bar. I'll have to go.
Serves him right.
Come on now, give me that gun.
I ain't gonna give this gun to nobody.
You're in trouble now. You better give me that gun.
Anybody else want to make a remark about Miss Lily? Speak up, you Kansas bluebellies.
Oklahoma, give me that gun.
Bud Masterson. Good old Texas boy.
Come on, you come over here and sit down now. Come on.
Make it like this.
I didn't see the fight.
This his gun?
Yeah.
What started it?
He started making remarks about Miss Lily Reeves, and Oklahoma called him.
Some of you men take him over to the coroner's office. Jackson, you watch him. I want to talk to you. Telegram. State warrant for Miss Reeve. Associate of outlaws. Detailed information and a letter to follow.
Give us a break.
What for?
I've got her halfway talked into leaving town with me. She's not really a bad person. I might even marry her someday.
Well, that's your business, Mr. Masterson. Now, where is she?
Upstairs.
You take Oklahoma over to jail.
Hey, Lily, what about Miss Lily?
We'll be upstairs talking when you come back.
114.
Don't be a fool, Gus. Blasting your way through Earp and his deputies in that night?
We'll blast nobody. We'll mosey in while the town's asleep and grab Lily. And what we gotta do, we'll do on the trail. That way we'll have no witnesses yapping their heads off. Now, you got any more arguments?
Well, no, I'm not arguing with you.
All right. Let's ride to Dodge.
Oh, why go on talking, Mr. Earp? You've got the warrant. Put me in jail.
It's not that simple. You know a warrant won't hold you long?
You're really asking me not to make use of Mr. Masterson, isn't that it?
That's part of it. He's a fool for women. Not just one woman, but all women. He can't help that, and he can't help you.
What's your great interest in this, Mr. Earp? Are you your brother's keeper?
Mr. Masterson is a good friend of mine. Now, look, you're always going to have men wanting to help you. You're pretty. You're colorful.
Do you think so?
Yes, I think so. I don't really think your sundowner friends are going to do you any harm.
They're scared.
And you're clever. I'm sure you've won a few hearts in that gang.
I hated those men. I've always hated them. Why do you think I turned into the spy for a South? Patriotism? I wanted to show men I could be just as brave, just as tough, and just as mean as they are. The sundowners, stupid, filthy hoodlums. I joined him to persuade my brother to quit. He was in too deep to quit.
Where's your brother now?
The Pinkerton man killed him after a Santa Fe holdup.
I'm sorry.
I don't want your sympathy. Just take me to jail.
Drinking isn't going to help.
I want to drink. And then you can haul me off to jail, yelling and screaming. Kansas Lily.
You're not helping yourself.
Well, then maybe you could help me. Maybe Mr. Masterson is not my type. How about your helping me out of trouble?
Well, you're mighty tempting, Miss Lily. But I'm going to have to decline with thanks.
Excuse me.
Come on in, Mr. Masterson. Join the conference. It's partly about you.
I'm afraid you're wasting your time, Miss Lily. Wyatt's a John Law through and through.
Yes, I'm finding that out.
Miss Lily is afraid. She thinks her sundowner friends might come into Dodge City and do her bodily harm. We can't hold her in jail. We haven't got accommodations for women. But we can give her protection right here.
You give her protection. She'd like it.
Look, Mr. Masterson, Miss Lily isn't romantic about either of us. She's afraid for her life. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
You go get Hal. You post him out back. I'll watch the front of the hotel. Then you come back. You'll stay here with Miss Lily. Now go on.
Yes, sir.
Hiya, Mr. Driscoll. Just getting town?
Yeah.
How long you going to be with us?
Oh, I'm not checking in, Sam. Just passing through. My cousin, Miss Lillian Reeves, she staying here in the house?
Yes. She's in 114. Shall I send word up to have her come
Hi,
back?
Mr. Masterson.
Oh, hi, Pat.
Is Mr. Earp upstairs?
I don't think so. He's not in his room. Might try the office.
Thanks. Can I buy you a drink?
No, thanks.
Masterson just came downstairs. Wouldn't say where Earp is.
Think Earp knows and has arrested her already?
No, I don't think so. The pickup order for her won't get here till Lamar's stage pulls in.
Poor Miss Lily. What kind of new trouble is she in now?
That same old tie-up with those sundowners.
It ain't fair to hound her like that all the time. She's been a victim of circumstances ever since that spy thing.
I know. That's why I'm here. You sneak upstairs, Tex. See what you can find out. She's in room 114.
Right.
You want to rent an extra horse. Feed and water these and take the money out of this. Now, don't unsaddle them because we'll be back in about an hour. Got it? I don't want any slips. Tim, you take the jail, and Nate and I'll mosey around the hotels. Right? Let's go.
What'd you find out?
Earp is holding her in custody.
Just as I thought. I'll tell you what we're gonna do. Earp knows me, and I don't think he'll figure in any rough stuff. Now, you two keep out of sight, and I'll get up there and...
Tell me something about the Sundowner gang.
Oh, I don't want to talk about them. They've gotten me into enough trouble.
Who escaped from the Coffeyville job?
Gus Loring. He might have Tim Patton and Jerry Drew with him.
Just 3 men?
Well, perhaps 2 more. They were down to 7 regulars when the bank job fizzled.
Well, why would Gus Loring be angry enough with you to...
To want to kill me? Well, first he asked me to marry him. I wasn't very polite about saying no. And second, I think he's afraid I'll be picked up and I'll inform on him to save myself.
Would you?
Yes, I would.
Who is it?
Patty Driscoll, Wyatt.
Excuse me.
Excuse me for bothering you, Wyatt, but I got paid this $100 bill in a gambling game, and I think it's counterfeit. Would you mind? Good going, Lily. Get ready to travel. Come on, boys.
Tie him up. Where'd you come from, Pat?
There's an arrest order for you in the mail. Earp will get it tomorrow.
Earp got a telegram. I'm already arrested. Be with you as soon as I change my clothes.
That horse isn't back at the hotel. Hurry.
And you'd better tell the truth, or we'll shoot you right here. Right now.
3 Texas men. They just went upstairs. And that's all I know.
Which room's she in?
114 and 115.
Let's just wait here. They'll be down. This is easier. We'll trap ourselves on a 2nd floor.
Hurry up, Lily. Hurry up.
There's a fire escape ladder at the end of the hall.
And the stairs will be quicker.
We'll take the stairs.
Give me a key to that bar door. Move! Left him. Stand right where you are. Get on out of here. Hurry up. I'll cover him. Get on. All right. Hey! Put your gun in the desk. Hurry up. Come on. All right, get back there. You too, mister.
Get him in the chair over there.
Take care of these women.
Paula, where's Marshal Earp?
He didn't even come downstairs.
Somebody
It's
call Doc
114.
McCarthy.
Who's he?
Oh,
Call Doc
somebody
McCarthy.
get Doc McCarthy.
What? What was the shooting?
A couple of men grabbed Miss Lily and rode out of town with her.
Driscoll and that Texan are down in the lobby wounded.
We got one of them.
Hal, go get some horses.
Right. Go ahead.
Tex is bad hurt.
The other two got away.
Marshal, here's the other one over here.
Which way they headed?
Which way they headed?
They're gonna wait for me near the old stage stop.
You put him in jail. Rest of you get those wooden men over to the dock. You get the boys. Follow me out the river road.
Hold it. This is as good a place as any.
I never was in favor of your dying, Miss Lily.
It's Marshal Earp. Get going, Tim.
What about Nate?
Never mind Nate. Run for it. I'll cover you.
Hold your fire!
You put down that gun. You're still under arrest.
Miss Reeve, you are charged with being an associate of outlaws, with attacking an officer, and with attempting to escape legal custody. How do you plead?
Guilty, Your Honor.
Haven't you anything to say in defense of your behavior?
No, sir.
Court, please.
Yes, Marshal Earp.
It's true that Miss Lily whacked me over the head, but she was hysterical from fear. It's also true she tried to escape with Mr. Driscoll and his men, but... Well, sir, technically speaking, she was abducted by the Sundowner gang.
Good points, all.
I'm bound to say further that she's learned her lesson about hoodlums. And, sir, I recommend that she be sentenced to 1 year in jail, but that she be paroled from the bench.
Is there anyone here willing to accept parole responsibility for this young lady?
Judge Tobin, sir?
Yes, Mr. Driscoll?
Our son was wounded trying to help Miss Lily. She's a cousin of the Driscolls, and we'd be mighty proud to accept her parole, sir.
Is that acceptable to you, Marshal Earp?
It's a fine gesture, sir.
The prisoner is paroled to Mr. and Mrs. Driscoll. The three of you will appear here in this court tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock for parole instructions.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Next case will be J.A. Donnelly versus the state of Kansas.
I can't figure out what I saw in her.
You saw the Kansas Lily. A lot of men will see her in their dreams. And Mr. Masterson, someday when you're an old codger, you'll read a wild newspaper yarn about Miss Lily, and you'll believe every word of it.
Well, he cleaned up the country, the old Wild West country. He made law and order prevail. And none can deny it, the legend of Wyatt forever will live on the trail. Oh, Wyatt Earp, Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold.